All right, so today we're testing more new makeup. I want to just do a fun whatever kind of look. I lit this crackle candle for the first time and we have a legit bonfire going on behind me. I'll have everything I'm wearing and that's on my face today linked down below in the description box. I also pin a comment with the links there if it's easier to find for you. This thing is freaking roaring back there. I'm like, I hope the mic's not picking that up. So I wanted to update on this SPF I've been trying. I love trying different Korean and just Asian beauty brands. And this one is from YesStyle. It is Korean, the Farm Stay UV Shield. I've been trying this for probably close to a month now. And I think it just has too much of a white cast for me when there are other ones that don't at all that I really like. I like the feel of it. It doesn't feel greasy. It is just like a little bit too white. Has a nice glow though. So this is, I think, new to me. The LA Girl Tinted Primer, Instant Finish Multi-Use Primer. It says it has a lightweight mousse texture, blurs fine lines and pores, soft matte finish with vitamin E. Anything that says it's blurring, I'm like, I'll see about that. Most things aren't actually blurring. Okay, it's almost like distracting me, it's so loud. Does look moussey. I mean, it mattified. Sometimes it can look blurring, but it's just kind of like changing the finish. Let's see up here. I like that it feels very lightweight. It definitely doesn't feel like a thick mattifying product. It's blending over the SPF nicely. It doesn't look tinted to me. I'm reusing this one. I tried this in a different video. I have been testing this and I feel like this one for me is just okay for the price. I wouldn't recommend it. I just have other tinted SPFs. This is Supergoop, by the way. Supergoop Protect Tint SPF 50. I would say it has like a satin matte finish, depending on what you're putting underneath and over top. Definitely much less glowy than like Supergoop glow screens. If you have any texture on your face, I don't think this necessarily emphasizes it, but it doesn't smooth it out. Whereas a lot of tinted sunscreens can just look like very flattering. Yeah, I can't say the primer did much as far as blurring. Let's retry this. Don't know what I think of this. It's the Sephora Best Skin Ever Glow Concealer. I didn't love the Best Skin Ever, any of the Best Skin Ever line. I'll let it sit on for a few seconds. It says buildable weightless texture, long wear, 12-hour hydration, corrects, smooths, and illuminates. Let's blend and then I'll continue with my brow pencil. Definitely light coverage, I would say. By the way, I don't have any tanner on right now, so these are all just my fair shades. So here's the thing. When I do more light coverage skin, it has to look flawless as far as the finish because I feel like that's what gives it the skin-like look. Like if I'm doing light coverage, I don't want it to look like I have any makeup on. Both of these products, this and this, I can just see like it does look like I have makeup on as far as like the texture of it. So this one is glowy. It's light coverage. It's not looking amazing under my eyes. Like I do think it's kind of clinging to some dryness down here. So I have a liquid blush I want to try. This is the e.l.f. Camo Liquid Blush in the shade Pinky Promise. Then I also have a powder blush. So I might just layer the two. This one is the r.e.m. Beauty Hypernova Satin Matte Blush in Peach Planet. So actually that might be really pretty, layering a peach over this pinky one. I'm gonna take my Too Faced laminating brow wax and apply this over top because I want it to be really lifted. I did just order the Anastasia, not the clear brow gel in the pot because I have that one, doesn't hold for me. But I saw a makeup artist on Instagram using the brush form of that and she was saying it's like super holding. So I'm curious to try that to see if it holds better than the one in the pot for me. So far, this is the most holding clear brow product I've found, especially if you have thicker brow hairs like I do that just don't hold. The bronzer I want to use is a powder, so I'm gonna hold off on bronzer. Sometimes bronzer looks weird, like if you use a cream blush but then do a powder bronzer, sometimes it can make the colors look a little murky. Cross that bridge when it gets there. I don't know how pigmented this is, so I'm just gonna do that for now. Oh, it's pigmented. I feel like it's looking a little patchy. I'm gonna do a little more. Sometimes that's what you gotta do if it looks patchy. Then I just blend it out after with my foundation brush to kind of tone down the color. Looks like it has a satin finish, really pretty finish. Actually, kind of glowy finish. Okay, so we're looking wild right now. That's okay. Let's take my foundation brush and blend it out. I'm gonna have to see with this one. It's not an immediate love. I feel like you gotta work with it a little bit. I'm gonna take my Essence powder foundation in the shade 05 because I just kind of want to smooth out around my pores here and make that blush blend a little bit better. Now it's blending better. So let's take the r.e.m Beauty Blush. Actually, first I'm gonna do the bronzer, the powder bronzer, and then go in with the powder blush. This packaging does it for me. This is the NYX Butter Bronzer in the shade All Buttered Up. Very cute packaging. Looks like a really pretty tone. Obviously harder to see the tone of it because I'm going over the blush, but ooh, the formula of that. It looks like it has a nice neutral undertone and it's not making things look muddy. I mean, actually it's looking pretty glowy up there. If you like a very glowy bronzer, it's looking pretty. It's interesting because the outside packaging, because it's so matte and like soft, I was just thinking it was gonna be a matte bronzer, but no, it's actually, yeah, it's very glowy. Okay, so let's try the Hypernova blush. Not that I need to be any more blush right now, I just really wanna try this. Interesting packaging there. Why is this reminding me of Monsters Inc? Here's the shade. This shade reminds me of, oh, what MAC blush was that? Reminds me exactly of a MAC blush looking at it in the pan here. So it says it's a satin, what does it say? Satin matte blush. Hard to tell because of what I just layered on there. I am gonna take a little more powder foundation, just clean up under here. Just to make everything look a little more seamless. Okay, ooh, now things are looking nice and soft and blended. I'm actually gonna take a little more. How many layers of blush do I have on right now? I like the tone of it. It does have peach in there, but it's not like straight up orange. I've been loving this for a nose highlight, ColourPop Glazy. Just take it on my finger, go right on the tip, and then bring it up a bit down the bridge of my nose, but I don't connect the two. Look at me putting things back as I'm using them. Growing up. I'm gonna prime my eyes with my Laura Mercier, and then we have a new eyeshadow palette that I'm trying. Ooh, that's starting to smell really good, that candle. Definitely has the man candle vibe. All right, folks, we're using the ColourPop Lost in Love palette. This looks like it's gonna be really pretty peachy pinky tones. I'm gonna take Dibs. It's the lightest matte pink. Put that in the crease. The thing with ColourPop palettes is that they're usually pretty consistent, the quality like across their palettes, which is nice. Some brands, you can't quite count on that. Then I'm gonna take this really pretty peachy shade in the corner. Ooh, that is very pigmented. That'd be closer, hold on. How you doing? Now you can see my eyeballs. Then I'm gonna take the shade Just Us. Okay, just stopped recording for a second. Hopefully you saw that go on, but the shade Just Us, super pigmented, blending out very easy. And then the lightest shade again, Dibs. And then the lightest shade ever. Blend right there. There's a few different shimmery shade options in this palette. I'm deciding if I want to go the peach route or more pinky. Here's All My Heart. So in Love. Ooh, that one looks really pretty. I might do this. It's Better With You. I think that's the vibe we're going for. And then here's Totally Smitten. This one has more of like a lavender color. So taking that on my finger, I'm just gonna press this on the lid. Right towards my inner corner, I'm gonna take the lightest shade Falling, which is like a, looks whitish. Perfecto. What am I gonna take? Let's do this one actually. It's on the outer third. I'm gonna take just a brown eyeshadow, smudge that. This is just a random one from a NARS palette. This one is actually very pigmented. This is from this palette, Afterglow Irresistible. I have two different mascaras I want to try here. One's drugstore, one's high-end. This is the L'Oreal Panorama mascara, and then I also have the Too Faced Better Than Sex, but this is the Naturally, it's called Naturally Better Than Sex. I would assume it's just gonna be a little softer than the original Better Than Sex, but look at this pink packaging. Let's just do one on either eye, and then I'll just like layer them to kind of make a match. So let's do the L'Oreal on the right side. This has like a cone kind of shape with rubber bristles. Looks okay. I wouldn't say it's very much of anything. Like it's not super voluminous, it's not super curling, not super lengthening, but sometimes mascaras like these can really change on the second layer. It does say voluminous on here. I like the bottle, very pretty. Second layer. Okay, yeah, getting a lot more length on the second layer. I don't think it's super voluminous. I definitely have other mascaras that are, but I'm getting a lot of length with it, so I almost feel like I would do different mascara first and then maybe use this at the end. Let's try the Too Faced Natural one on the other side. I mean, you know, not the vibe that we're going for today because this is definitely very natural, but if you're someone who likes, like you just want to coat your lashes so that they're like a soft black, but you don't want it to really look like you're wearing mascara, that's the vibe that this one's giving. So I might like this on like just really natural makeup days because normally I don't wear mascara at all on those days. We might even get wild and do a third layer and see what that does. It's still feeling wet. Okay, I think that's, oh, right as I get mascara on my eye. I'll let that dry down, but I think that's the key. 3 coats with this one, lower lash mascara. This is such a wet formula that, yeah, I don't think this is still fully dry yet. I'm gonna let that sit for a minute while I do the lip liner. Update on the Freck liner. I've been loving this in shade 2. Am I recording? Yeah, okay. I feel like it stays pretty well on the lips too. Like I would try another shade in this. That's how much I like the formula. I think this might be pretty long lasting, less mascara, because that was just really on there. I actually don't want the lips as filled in, so I'm just gonna wipe off the middle because I just want it to look a little more natural. I have a few different shades of the Too Faced Kissing Jelly Gloss. I feel like I've tried this one, but don't remember what I thought. This is in the shade Sour Watermelon. That one has some glitter in there. This one is Bubblegum. Not as into the glitter in my lip oils. Okay, and this one also has glitter. This is Grape Soda. I usually just like the more clear jelly looking one, so let's use Sour Watermelon. Very watermelon. This smells like Lip Smacker's watermelon to a T. Oh my god, super scented. Feels very comfortable, just has like a buttery kind of feel to it. It doesn't feel like too much of a slippery lip oil formula, which I appreciate, but it looks more just like a lip treatment. Like you're not gonna get a ton of gloss out of this. Doesn't have the most sheen. If you want a really pretty lip oil with a nice sheen, get the CoverGirl one. I'll have it linked down below. Actually just reordered that because I realized I haven't seen mine in a minute. Let's try Bubblegum. Maybe it does legit smells like bubblegum. Okay, so because of that glitter, I mean, it does have more of a sheen. I'm kind of just putting this on the high points. I feel like I look very, is it 70s? What do I look like right now? All right, so this is the finished look. Let's go through some of the standouts and just things I think you could definitely pass on. This one doesn't do a whole lot. I have other blurring primers and products I just think are more blurring and I would reach for over this one. Like, I wouldn't say my forehead looks any more blurring than it usually does. If you're in the market for a palette with these kind of colors, they blend it out, but they're very pigmented. And I like, yeah, like all of the ones I tried. I'm excited to try the Too Faced, the Naturally mascara on natural makeup days. I could see this being really good for people with like blonde lashes, especially where you still want to look natural, but you just want your lashes to like show up more. Still leaning towards no on this concealer. NYX Buttermilk Bronzer, really excited to try this again. Added some nice coverage. It didn't take away anything. It's definitely glowy. This is a glowy bronzer. I think I still would want to layer something else with this mascara. Definitely added length, but I like usually more of a cat eye looking mascara. I want more out here. And this one added like a lot of length in this part of my eye, which, you know, some people would like. These, I think for me, I would just pass on. Super scented, not enough gloss for the price and how scented they are. It's just not gonna be something I reach for at all. I'm into the blush. I'm into this powder blush by r.e.m Beauty, especially the shade. So far, the r.e.m Beauty powder products have really been doing it for me. I like their bronzer a lot too. They have a nice like soft look to them. I'm actually iffy on this e.l.f. liquid blush. I'm gonna have to try this again. Just had to put a lot on to make it not look patchy, but then had to, you know, tone it down. So it's just not one that's like a one and done for me. I feel like I gave you my thoughts on this. I like the base. I like how everything came together and looks right now, but just for the price, I have other ones I would buy over that. I meant to actually put this on my chest today, but totally forgot. It's the Hemp's Glow Getter Bergamot and Warm Vanilla. Let's try this on my arms. It's supposed to be like a glowy version from Hemp's. I can't smell much over that candle. I don't smell the vanilla though. It has a nice subtle glow. That looks pretty. It's not too glittery. Yeah, that does have a glow. Right. That's everything. I'll have all the products listed down below in the description box. If there's any specific new makeup products that you want me to try out, let me know. I did just order the new Fenty foundation, so that will be coming. I'm gonna have another speed reviews come in once I'm ready. But I love you guys. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video.